Hey, what's up? Welcome back to some more Return of the Obra Dinn. We are down here again as you can see, and well, that's why while reviewing the footage I did find something that, well, it baffled me a little. The reason why this guy went in here of all places when he was gonna die. Because like, he was stabbed, he, as we can see, bled out quite a lot, so I'm guessing he was pretty sure that he was gonna die. And that made me think, since he was pretty sure he was gonna die most likely, he could have chosen any place to die on the entire ship, at least down here. So, and yes, I do remember that the door was open, but why choose that exact place instead of any other place here, really? I am guessing, because if we take a look at things here, the location of the corpse is in the midshipman's room. So I'm guessing this guy is one of the midshipmen. And if we go back and take a look, too far, here we go. Let's see how many midshipmen we have. We have 3. Well, that's, I mean, that narrows it down to which of them is this guy, but all 3 of them are from England, so that doesn't really help me all that much. But one thing I can say, one of them is named Peter, and if I remember correctly, I'm just gonna I call them events, because once again, the detective we play as, that person doesn't have, like, what we are going through aren't the memories of the person, they are events of the ship's memory, essentially. So yeah, from the event that we saw, well, this guy that is currently laying dead on the floor in the midshipman's room called out after a certain Pete, or I'm guessing Peter, because as far as I know we don't have anyone named Pete here, but we do have like somebody with the last name Peters, and this guy with the first name Peter. So by a deductive technique we can assume this guy who's laying down in the midshipman's room right now is not Peter Milroy, but either Thomas Lank or Charles Herstick. That's an interesting last name. But yeah, I think it's either one of these 2 guys, but I'm not gonna say anything for sure just yet. But what I am gonna do, look at the timing on that one. Since I don't feel like I have that much more information around here, or well, about anything really, except for a few people. So I don't think I have your thing unlocked just yet. Just gonna see if I can find this guy. And I also had a thought about this guy as well, because if we go through this, I think I saw, yeah, artist. I'm thinking this guy is the artist because, well, okay, let's see here. If we go over here, actually it would be way easier if we just went back so that everyone isn't blurred over. Like, looking at all of these people, it sort of makes sense to me that if anyone would be an artist, it would be the one that has tattoos all over his body. Because like, if you're an artist, who else would you... I'm guessing artist in this instance refers to a tattoo artist as well. And for a tattoo artist, who else would you practice on? Like, when you're out at sea, who else would you practice on than yourself, really? Holy crap, there's a dead guy right here, I didn't even notice that. And this guy as well. I'm just guessing he's the helmsman. I don't really have that much information to go on, but it just makes sense that he would be the helmsman, since he's standing at, well, the helm's wheel, roller wheel, whatever it's called. The thing steering the entire boat. Anyway, I don't really, looking at things, I don't really see anything that would point to anyone else being the artist, except for the guy with the tattoos. That sort of makes sense to me, at least for now. Even though I would like to get more information, but I think I'm just gonna put this down until I have a better idea. And while I'm here, I might as well look at the glossary as well. The gunner, military officer in charge of weapons and military procedures on the ship. So if I can find the guy I'm thinking about, if I have him unlocked, yeah, you. There was one memory we saw where he was running up with a ton of guns in his hands, and I'm just thinking like, who else would do that but the gunner? So, by that logic, you would be Christian Wolf from Austria. But since he's telling me that I don't have enough information to deduce that yet, I think I'm gonna leave that be. Yeah, so that you... there you have what I think. And... yeah, well, let's just continue. I don't think I have that much more information to play with, at least not enough to deduce anyone else yet. Or actually, let me rephrase that, there is one more thing. If we go back to the photo with everyone in it. Let me just see how many women I can spot, or people that look like women. Okay, possibly you, for Mose and Royalty, possibly you. But, well, we have already deduced who you are, Abigail Hoscat-Witterell. But these two people as well. And with that, if we take a look at names, we have Emily Jackson and Miss Jane Bird. I think I took a look at this before, and those were the only other two, except for Abigail Hoscat-Witterell, that were distinctly female names. Since you don't have a Miss in front of your name, I'm guessing you're married. Because, well, Miss often refers to a woman that is unmarried, really. And with that, from what I can tell here, like, yes, I'm basing this on how they look, but you look older to me, and you just have the looks of a married woman. That's just, well, intuition, really, more than anything else. And you, well, a little the opposite. So I'm gonna say you're the Miss and you're the Mrs. That's really everything I have on those. I have no clue how they died though. If they actually did die. Doing this might be just a stupid mistake really, but I have really no other clue, and I failed to see if we would get any more clues about them. Maybe I'll just hold off with this for later. Either way, let's continue and look at more events. Without further ado, let's continue.
Last one. Move quick.
Unite is the last push.
Well, there we got a really distinctive name at the very least. You're named Paul, I'm gonna guess. don't really know who you are just yet. The captain was on his way up by this point. We have none in the back as far as I can see. Okay, we have you right here. Yeah, she was right down there at that time. Yeah, I'm gonna say you're Miss Jane Bird. And that would be Emily Jackson. Yeah, you were all coming to help this guy, and he was helping those people escape. Location of the corpse. Last one, move quick, or you'll not take the last boat. Okay, they were well, that would explain why he was kind of, well, just like stopped, because they were taking, I'm guessing, the last lifeboat. Paul, look out, stop, let them go, no, damn. Yeah, like I can understand his reaction. I would have been pissed as well if somebody was taking the last thing to save anyone, really. So yeah, these two were said by him. That one was said by him. Paul, look out was most likely said by her. I think I heard a female voice. So this guy is named Paul, I'm guessing. Stop, let them go. That was either him. No, that couldn't have been him. Because, well, he was saying this. So it can't have been him, since this one doesn't have the X in front of it. But since he's saying let them go, it's not anyone in the boat, because then they would be saying let us go. So it was somebody who was still on the ship, and I'm gonna guess that might have been the captain, because he was the closest one over at here somewhere. He was the closest one. No, that was most likely this guy again. Or her, maybe. Either way, you're Paul. You are quite definitely Paul. Paul who, though? Paul Moss, first mate steward. Just gonna make sure that there aren't multiple Pauls here. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say this guy's Paul. From Wales. With an unknown fate. Not really unknown, he was stabbed. Okay, yeah, killed with a sword. Or struck, perhaps? Nope, not struck. Yeah, killed sword. I don't know who your attacker was, though. 12 other people present. Well, you. And some people who are blurred. The first mate. The captain. The guy I'm assuming is Brennan. You, okay, these two people. This guy who I don't know who it is. Same for you. And both of you. But yeah, I'm pretty certain about who you are. Screw it, I'm just gonna where are you at? Emily Jackson, passenger from England. And Miss Jane Bird, passenger from England. Yeah, might as well. think that, like, I'm not gonna say I'm right, but considering how few women we have, and, well, what I'm basing this on, which is, well, looks and whatnot. Yeah, it just sort of makes sense. And hey, as long as they aren't, like, proven right, I can always go back and change them. Yeah, I'm guessing you were the one who said, like, no or something, because you were the closest one, you were holding up your gun and all that, so just like, stop doing what the hell you're doing, I'm right here, idiot. I'm right here, idiot. These guys were just coming to the rescue at this point. They couldn't really have shouted, like, okay, they could, but it wouldn't have had much effect to shout from that distance. Same with this guy over here, I'm doubting he even saw what was happening. Yeah, okay, let's continue. Whom after this? Well, no one in the boat. No one over here. Is there anyone? Is it down here? Oh yeah, look at that, it's over here. Who are you? I really should have checked down below before going any further. I regret this now. Okay, you were sitting here with someone else. You had... Oh, okay. So that blood wasn't coming from you then before, it was coming from this guy. And either both of you... Either they... I'm guessing something happened between you three right here. This guy was listening in. Yeah, kind of makes sense. Yep. And well, I know where you're gonna go. Like, I like it doing this, but it's also slightly irritating because you know where it's gonna go, so it's like, just show me already, I know exactly where you're heading. But okay, before I check up on you, I wanna look through that previous memory again, just to, well, look down here and see the people that are down there. We see you. Okay, that is not the guy I was guessing, actually. Not the guy I was guessing. You... The hat, because it's a similar hat to the other mates we have seen thus far. So like, maybe the fourth mate. You, with that hat, I'm still thinking you're the gunner. And you, who are you? Oh, one of the people with the top hat. Slightly lowered top hat though, it actually looks kinda ugly to me. But yeah, okay, now I know who's who down here. I'm just gonna check the... I don't think I checked the glossary fully. Foreman in charge of general crew operations and the equipment required to sail the ship. So just general boat and procedures caretaker, I'm guessing. Carpenter, surgeon, purser, gunner, pretty self-explanatory. Helmsman, pretty self-explanatory as well. Rated seaman in control of the ship's wheel and general moment-to-moment navigation. Yeah, then that guy who I'm seeing right there has got to be the helmsman, because why in the heck would he be standing at the ship's wheel otherwise? The steward, servant to an officer or higher rated crew member, performing general duties for the comfort of their employer. Okay. Topman, higher rated seaman specializing in work above the deck, in the sails and rigging. Okay. Midshipman officer in training assists various officers and tradesmen in order to learn ship operations, usually of privileged status. Insert check your privilege memes. Seaman, low-level crew member responsible for general manual labor on and below deck. Okay. Orlop deck. Mid-deck above the lowest deck, containing storage, cabins, animal pens, and the ship's steering tiller. The heck is steering tiller? The one thing that I'm actually wondering what the heck is this, and it's not in the glossary. That sucks. Well, did I already guess you? Guessing I haven't. It's the hat that makes me think it is him, honestly. It just looks like a sort of, kind of military person's hat, and, well, the closest to a military personnel on the ship would be the gunner, in my opinion. The thing I'm thinking though is that I might be doing myself an in-favor by guessing this much so early on. But honestly, like, if I feel I have an idea, then I might as well stick with it so that I don't forget it until I stumble upon some evidence that's saying that that's not correct. That's my way of thinking, because like, the further I go, sure, the more clues I'll get, but the more people will stumble upon as well, and the more confused I'm likely to be. So being able to make somewhat bullshit or educated guesses early on can be quite important. Gonna check hats once again to see if there's anyone else who might possibly have any kind of hat or anything that would make me think that they are the gunner instead. Okay, this guy is clearly one giving the commands for them to shoot. So maybe that guy isn't the gunner after all. Well, that just made me insecure on myself because, well, charge of military procedures, and that guy was clearly directing the others to shoot. So yeah, that just made that gunner theory basically fall apart. Guess I can't make educated guesses based solely on the hats. Where was I heading again? I have forgotten. Alright, down below. Down below deck we go. Have a look at you. I'm really hoping I set the motions in turn soon for the rule of 3 to, well, make itself known again. So the further I go with this, the more nervous I am because of all the guesses I have been making. But the thing is, like, if I stumble upon something that makes me unsure, then I can just go back and check, like, okay, maybe you aren't the one, so I'll just set you as unknown again or something. Yeah.
Put me down. Let go.
Easy now. You're in a bad way.
Is the squid? Where is my Frenchman?
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
The cat. The beast is dead. How? How did you kill it?
We didn't. It left with the storm. Captain came up from the hold. Said he chased it off. You should rest.
A curse like that does not live for nothing.
Okay, so neither of these two actually did harm to this guy. He was harmed by the time he came down here. You are the first mate. You are... Isn't that the guy who died over there? And the captain himself. Right, no idea who you are. Yeah, not really any clue. Fortunately, there aren't that many people in this memory, which makes it easier for me to narrow it down. Yeah, location of the corpse all the way back in the ship. Who is this? How did they die? I have no idea so far. So apparently I'm able to say who you are. Okay, let me see here. Put me down, let go. Yeah, that's you. The squid, where is my Frenchman? The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart. But doubt, the beast is dead. How did you kill it? The squid Frenchman. Okay, your mate was torn apart. We have only seen one guy being torn apart thus far, and that was the guy who I put down as the artist. Well, okay, his nickname, the Squid, makes sense since his tattoos made me think that that was actually the suction marks before. Oxygen är verdant. Some words are confusing for me, but that's either German or French. You know, that would be German, right? Because like if it was French, it would be saying something like sacre bleu or something. I know that's very stereotypical, but hey, don't blame me, blame the stereotypes. Okay, how did you kill it? We didn't. It left with the storm. Captain came up from the hold, said to chase it off. You should rest. So there is a curse at play. Okay. Squid, where's my Frenchman? Okay, let me check to see something. Okay, that's Squid, where's my Frenchman? How many French people do we have? French, come on. Okay, either I'm blind or there aren't any French people. Oh. Well, I guess I can declare myself blind then, but at least that narrows it down. There's only one person who's from France. So maybe we haven't really gotten that far. So there could be somebody else that's being ripped apart by the beast. But once again, the nickname the Squid would make sense because once again, the tattoos he had on his torso did very much resemble suction marks. Charles Miner, bosun's mate, bosun. And he's the only guy as far as I can see, unless I am actually like blind as a bat and not like half blind. Yeah, as far as I can see, only one guy who's from France, and that's Charles Miner. Charles Miner, bosun's mate, was torn apart by a terrible beast. The squid would make sense because of the tattoos. Okay, if we have that, then you, if I can find you again. That's you, yes. Then you must be the bosun. Yeah, I haven't seen your fate yet, but you might be Alfred Klestil, the bosun, since your mate is from France. See here, damned. Okay, where was this guy from? I could buy it. Just need to make sure of something. Your mate was torn apart. Mate. You see, that's something that's making me curious, because mate like that doesn't necessarily have to mean that he's, well, in a higher or lower rank. That could mean the same rank. So, okay. Bosun's mate. I don't really have any other guesses at the moment, so bosun perhaps. Is there anyone else that could have the nickname the Squid? Maybe some of these two guys that was standing right beside him. Yeah, okay, I might just not be able to tie the clues together properly at the moment, but, well, then I might as well just continue. Because still, like, the only person I can think of being called the Squid is that guy with the tattoos, but he was ripped apart by the beast quite a while after this had happened, if I'm interpreting the flow of time correctly. Which I wanna say that I am. But what happened to you is my question. You started bleeding right about here, meaning you were most likely assaulted right about here. Okay, and where exactly do I go from here? Oh, right here. Okay. Rule of 3, please kick in soon. Wait, what do those health X's mean? Disappearances, okay. Four wayward souls disappear during the events of this chapter. The fates are catalogued here. Met an unknown fate. Yup. And once again, I'm not 100% sure of the names, but they kind of make sense. 4 wayward souls disappear during the events of this chapter. Their fates are catalogued here. Who is this? What fate befell them? Well, I haven't seen you killed. And if they were on the lifeboat, I need to check where the boat was at the time of their... well, at the time of their disappearance. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go up to that memory and check where the boat was at the time. Okay, yeah, once again, let's check where the ship was in this memory. Event. I gotta freaking remember to say event. That effect. Okay, let's check where we were at the time. We were... Yup, escape. Between the Madeira, Canary and the Azores. So how exactly do I jot that down? If we say they were alive, there are multiple things that could pass here. Azores, Canary Islands, Cape Verde, maybe? Canary Islands are over there. Azores are over here. My best guess would be that they got away with the lifeboat, and in that case we could assume they are alive. By the Azores by chance? Yeah, okay, I'm not really... I don't trust myself enough to say that. Not yet. So after you, what memory would we be able to find? Or event? This door's open, but there isn't anyone in here. That's odd. Anyone in here by chance? Nope. But we can continue down below here. That could have spilled from up above, but I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, something happened here, a giant freaking blood splatter. Are these... No, okay, I thought they were squid tentacles for a second. But no, those are rope to keep the sails in check, perhaps. Here we got something. How is that? What? It's kind of cool to just go around and have a look at things like this. Well, this is clearly where the gunnery has been established, where the gunner has all his stuff and whatnot. Yep. But yeah, well, I don't really know what to say. They are neither at the Canary Islands nor at the Azores. They are smack down in the middle of it. And I guess I can't really say unknown for them either, so... But still though, based on what we're hearing here, I'm still thinking that the guy who I put down as the artist before and that I put down as, well, supposedly the squid now, the Frenchman, I'm thinking that that is somewhat correct. Since that is the only one who we have seen being literally torn apart by the beast thus far. Actually, is there anything on you that... There is a bone sticking out of your arm, so were you ripped apart as well by something? You were supposed to be ripped apart right here, so... You're the only one leaving, did you do it? He can't have done it because he's only just coming out of his cabin. Same here, these two guys are coming towards the place, not going away from it. The captain. Am I seeing anything on him that... I'm not seeing any weapons. Maybe he was shot by a shotgun or something? Let's see, can I see any shotguns in the vicinity? Look at that, somebody was taking a shit in the meantime. Don't see any weapon over there. You are right in the way, but I don't think I see any weapons in here either. Yeah, okay, based on the fact that I can see a bone here, and that the blood is clearly, well, flooding out of the dismembered arm, I'm gonna say you were shot. Can I just say torn apart? let's just go with the unknown. The only thing I'm decently sure of is his name by now. And the name of the guy that we have seen being torn apart. Those are the only things I'm really sure about right now. Gonna have to review my footage later to see if I can figure out anything else. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good part to leave off at, so to speak. Yeah, let's leave this memory. The good thing right now is that I am free to begin with essentially 2 new branches. Either, well, over there in the very back, or down below. Or in the very front, I should say. What's this door? Oh, hello, I didn't even... what the... I'm having trouble telling, but that's why this door was open. I was thinking like, why the hell would this door be open? I ain't seeing anything, but hey, you... Yes, I am. I am seeing something hanging here. But you know what? I think I have gone through quite enough for this episode. I'm gonna have to review and go through and, well, make sure I'm understanding everything correctly, because I feel like I do have the things to make the rule of 3 kick in, but I'm just too unsure of myself, really. We're ending it off right here. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, then please let me know by smashing that like and sub button, leaving an awesome comment, and follow me on social media. Now have a good one, and I'll see you later.